What's up, everybody? This is War Justice. We just came across some Twitch drops that they're going to be releasing on December 6th. There'll be 3 of them on different dates. The first one here is a Flask Effect. This will be running from December 6th to the 13th. It's PST. So you just tune into one of your streamers that you normally would check in on. It'll be on mine as well, which all my socials, everything is located in the bottom here, just below the video. So you would watch maybe 60 minutes of their game footage in the stream, and then it will work progress towards the Twitch drop. So you get this Flask Effect, and then there'll be another one right after. I believe it's the 14th to the 21st, and there'll be another Twitch drop. And then shortly after that, in this video, you'll have one where you can sub a streamer, two subs, and you'll get this pet. Kind of has like it's like a dog head with 3 heads and a scorpion tail kind of thing. So it looks really cool. So just check them out here in this video. Here's another one, Halo of the Righteous helmet attachment. This one's really cool. You get kind of like this cool effect over your head. That's again December 6th to the 13th. And that is a Twitch drop. I mean, this guy just looks pretty badass. He has 3 heads, and he has this like centipede looking thing for a tail. I mean, that's definitely worth, I think that's pretty cool. It's worth it if you want to donate gift a Twitch streamer 2 subs, and you get this, which is pretty cool. For anybody who doesn't understand how stash tabs kind of work, it's very important that you get these. As it'll make the gameplay a lot easier, especially if you're in-game trading.
And I want to talk about an unbelievably important topic for new players that
Check this out.
don't feel like it's getting enough attention. PoE has the fortunate/unfortunate problem of there simply just being too much loot. And if you're a new player, you only get 3 little measly tabs to work with to be able to store all the loot that you come across. I can guarantee you this, even if PoE 2 looking to drop you a little bit less loot, that this is simply not going to be good enough, and you're going to very quickly run into points of friction where you just constantly run out of space. I remember when I first started playing PoE 1, this was a massive problem until I finally decided to put money into the game. And well, given that the early access key comes with 300 points, which...
Speaking of that, I am doing a giveaway this Thursday, December 5th at 12 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be on streaming, and we're going to keep that going until about 2 p.m. Eastern time and announce the winner for the early access Path of Exile 2 key. So I'm doing one December 5th, and then I'll do one on launch. I haven't determined what time I will do that, but I will do another one on launch of Path of Exile 2, Friday, December 6th. And then I will be doing a subathon. So if anybody's interested, I'll be giving away more keys.
While you could spend on microtransactions, I'm going to hopefully show you why it'd be a very good idea for you to spend those points on stash tabs instead. While PoE might be a free game, it realistically isn't, as it kind of has a $30 to $60 price tag on it if you want to really get into the game, as playing Path of Exile without stash tabs is a pretty miserable experience. And before we do start talking about the tabs, I do want to make it very obvious to everyone that if you go and buy the tabs on the website, they will be available for both PoE 1 and PoE 2. If you already have these tabs in PoE 1, then you're good to go. But if you're a completely new player to the game, you are safe to go and purchase them now. One thing you might want to potentially wait for, which I'm not necessarily sure if it's going to happen in PoE 2 or not, is that GG sometimes does stash tab sales where everything is discounted by quite a large amount. And there might be a slight chance that maybe a few days into PoE 2 early access, GG might do one just to be able to capitalize on all the players playing the game. It's up to you if you want to hold out and hope for the sale to happen, or if you simply just want to buy all the tabs we're going to talk about immediately so you don't have any issues. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the priority number 1 tabs. The absolute most important tab for you to purchase is going to be the currency tab. There are going to be quite a lot of currencies in PoE 2, just like there are in PoE 1. And while all this currency can stack very quickly.
So again, guys, this is a very important tab to purchase if you're going to be committing to the full experience of the Path of Exile 2. As you get a lot of currencies, you'll have a separate tab dedicated just for all of your currency, so they do stack. And you'll have a whole tab dedicated to just the currencies. So that's your orbs, basically the tablets, everything. So very important to get that. And again, if you want to wait a couple days into it, GGG might do a sale. So we'll see.
You are just not going to have enough space in the normal 3 default tabs that you have to be able to store all this currency that you have. In PoE 1, there really isn't ever a reason to not pick up currency, and it's going to be the same in PoE 2, where you're going to want to pick up everything. And if you don't have the currency tab, it's going to feel very bad as you just run out of space. Each slot in the currency tab can hold up to 5,000 of their respective currency, which is more than enough and very difficult for you to actually reach that cap. The other nice thing is that the auction house will directly work with your currency tab, allowing you to buy and sell through the auction house window directly out of your currency tab if you wish to. One final thing to say about the currency tab is at the bottom of it, there will be 2 rows of additional slots where you can put any sort of other stackable currency like items that you want.
So it's pretty nice. These are all tabs. So you just kind of got your own dedicated stash tab, which is really cool.
Which might completely defeat the purpose of other tabs.
Same as PoE 1. So if you're coming from PoE 1, you're good to go. You're already going to have your tabs.
Can also
if you're new, highly recommend getting a stash tab.
You don't need a blight tab at all because you can just store them at the bottom of your currency tab. There'll be plenty of cases like this in PoE 2. You're going to find plenty of things that you're going to want to store at the bottom, meaning that the currency tab is an unbelievably good deal. For the next priority number 1 tab, we are going to talk about the map tab. Now, this is going to change a little bit in PoE 2 with how it works due to us having waystones, but these waystones are not going to be stackable, and given you're going to have hundreds of them in the late game, you are just simply not going to be able to store them through any conventional means, and you're most likely going to very quickly run into the problem where you absolutely need the map tab to be able to store all of your waystones. It's very simple and to the point, but just due to the fact that how efficient it is going to be at being able to store these waystones, I honestly say it is as important as the currency tab for you to get. Finally, in the priority 1 of tabs that you need to get is to either buy a premium tab, a premium quad tab, or to upgrade one of your normal starting tabs to a premium stash tab for 15 points. Premium tabs have the benefit of you being able to customize them and make them pretty, but most importantly, have the benefit of you being able to make the tabs public. If you have an item that you wish to sell to other people that can't be directly sold on the auction house, you have to get a premium tab and put the item
this
in there,
is needed to be able to trade.
and then make sure the tab is set to public. This will then take your item and post it on the trade website where other people can see it and potentially message you to buy.
Kind of nice.
Without this, you're going to run into a lot of items in PoE 2 that you have
basically just becomes public. When you have this premium stash tab, you put your item that you want to list, and put the price on there, whatever the item is, and then other people on the trade website can look at your stash tab and see what you have for sale, and they can message you and then set up an arrange to basically meet in the lobby and do the exchange. So having this premium tab is very important.
Into a lot of items in PoE 2 that you effectively just cannot sell and cannot do anything with if you plan to play in trade. I would highly recommend a premium quad stash tab as it has so much space and they're really nice for hoarding of stuff. But at a bare minimum, just upgrade one of your stash tabs over to a premium one and that'll be more than enough, as there aren't going to be so many items that you need to sell at all times to where you would absolutely need a quad tab. It's just a nice to have. As long as you get those 3 things, a currency tab, a map tab, and some sort of premium tab, you will have...
Again, these are the 3 that are highly needed for the trading and just to make your life easier with, the currency stash tab and for the map stash tab. So that's... it's not too bad, and it won't be that costly if you want to wait a little bit. I'm sure they will have a sale, which will lower the cost to be able to purchase these in a few days after launch.
have no issues playing PoE at full efficiency. Obviously, you might run into a few inventory problems as you're only going to have 3 normal tabs to work with, and there's still going to be a few items that the currency and map tab won't be able to deal with for you. So if we want to start talking about the priority 2 tabs, the main 2 ones that we need to mention here are going to be the divination stash tab and the fragment stash tab. The divination stash tab is going to hold every single divination card in the game, which may or may not be useful if you like hoarding onto all of them and potentially turning them in yourself. But because these are going to be directly sellable on the auction house, if you start getting a lot of different divination cards, it wouldn't be too difficult for you to just go to the auction house and just list all of them up for sale just to sell them and get them out of your way. At the same time, the fragment tab can have the same thing said about it. Everything from the fragment tab can just immediately be sold on the auction house and just liquidated into currency that you can then put into your currency stash tab. But there are going to be quite a lot of different fragments for different boss fights and different things related to endgame farming that the fragment tab does over time prove to be an invaluable tab that you can have. This tab is only going to get better as PoE 2 goes on, as more and more things will get added to it, but it is a nice to have and by no means a must have like the priority 1 tabs are. I also want to potentially add in the essence tab in here, as in PoE 1, we had so many different essence tiers that it kind of became a hassle to try and hold on to all of them, as well as the essence tab in PoE 1 having a really nice upgrade feature where you could directly upgrade your essences inside of it. But given that it looks like essences in PoE 2 will not have tiers, it means that it's not going to be as big of a problem and you could realistically store your essences in a normal tab without the essence tab. It is very cheap, but given we don't know exactly how useful it will be in PoE 2, I can't recommend it as a priority 1 tab. Finally, we have all of the priority 3 tabs. These are going to be the nice to haves, but by no means needed. And if you want them, they will give you a little bit of quality of life, but again, are 100% not needed. First, we have the unique tab. This allows you to store one of every unique, which if you like doing any sort of completionist thing, or if you like holding on to every unique you come across because you might want to make a build around it, this will definitely be the tab for you. This has a really nice percentage number at the top. So if you want something to do, if you want something to chase, it might be fun to fill out the whole tab. But due to how expensive it is more of a luxury than a necessity. We also have something like the gem stash tab and the flash stash tab, which I don't necessarily know how the gem stash tab will be ported over to PoE 2, but the flash stash tab will definitely be nice if you want to hold on to a bunch of flasks. I personally don't have either of these tabs in PoE 1 and never found a point where I needed to buy them, but I definitely know some people really enjoy them, so they're also something you potentially look into. Finally, the last thing, which isn't really fair to put in here as a nice to have and a luxury, is to just buy more quad stash tabs to just have more space. In PoE 1, I have some around 15 or so actual stash tabs, and I can tell you that I go through them very quickly through any given season. If you intend to play solo self-found where you can't trade with people, where you're highly incentivized to hold on to most things, having more stash tabs might be really nice, but you do have to keep in mind that they are quite pricey. I hope that gave you an overview of all the tabs in PoE 1 and what you could potentially get yourself to give yourself quite a lot of quality of life. And I just want to end this video by saying I really encourage you to at least, at a minimum, get the currency tab. You can play without the map tab, maybe, kinda, but I really do not think you'll have a good time in PoE 2 once you get past the campaign without the currency tab. If you have any questions or you would like me to discuss any of this further.
Again, guys, it's very beneficial to have at least the first 3 tabs. So that was the stash tab, and then the map tab, and the premium tab. So if you get those are definitely 3 of the highly recommended ones. You can again wait a couple days and see if it goes on sale. This video was from Ali. Again, very useful information. Anybody new to Path of Exile in general, and you didn't know about these tabs, just for extra storage and quality of life in the game, highly recommend at least those 3. If you like this channel, please like and subscribe in the links below. Everybody have a good rest of your day. Cheers.